want to get on here real quick, and I just want to talk about what 2022 was for me as a whole entire year. And it feels like I haven't made a video in a really long time, but in actuality, it's been probably a week or so. But with that being said, I would say that 2022 was definitely one of my most transformational years. And 2022 serves to me to be a glimpse of what's to come in my very great and successful future. Okay, now I'm not going to get too much into details and things like that, but I like to break up 2022 into 3 segments. The first few months, the summertime up until now, and from September up until now. And this year definitely showed me a lot, not only about the world, but about myself. This year has proven to be one of my favorite years, okay? Starting from, the beginning of 2022, I was in a relationship with this girl who I really, really, really loved and cared for. And even still, I have very, very massive feelings towards her. This person, she showed me a lot, not only about myself, she showed me a lot about the world. She was just, I've never had anybody be so kind and genuinely compassionate towards me. And if you ask me, do you still love this girl? The answer is yes. Do you still want to be with this girl? The answer is yes. And that's just me being as vulnerable as possible. This girl, she really showed me so much, not only about herself, myself. She uncovered shit about me that I never thought would be healed ever. I had so much trauma and so many thoughts of intrusion, coming into my mind throughout my whole entire life, that when I just talked to her about it, when I got it off my chest, when I was able to just make myself vulnerable, put myself in the space of, ease, within myself in the space of comfort, it's like all of that shit went away with the blink of an eye, with the snap of a finger, with the smile, And this person, she meant, and even still, despite her not being present in my life, means a lot to me. And I genuinely appreciate everything that I was able to get out of her and everything that she was able to pour into me, and vice versa. Now, because of certain circumstances that I won't get into, obviously, because it's YouTube, me and her, we were forced to separate. We separated and things like that back in May. And from about May all the way until, I would say, the second to last week of September, this time period, oh my God. This time period for me was so difficult. Some of the worst times ever. And I mean that shit, no hold bar. I mean that shit from the bottom of my heart. During the summer specifically was one of the hardest times in my life, to the point where it was like, hey man, I don't want to die, but not existing right now would be pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie. This summer came with a lot, and this was the very transformational time for me throughout 2022. Not only did I learn about myself, I had to learn and heal from not only our relationship from the break, but from the breakup itself. There was a lot that went into us having to not be together. And even aside from our relationship, which has served to be the basis for a lot of my healing from this year. Now aside from that, 2022 has been a lot of healing, not only from relationships, has been a lot of healing from, my past. It's been a lot of healing from even my, at the time, present situation, my present moment. I went through a lot, mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, everything. There was a lot that happened, some of which being that, I got kicked out of my house over the summer. I had, what can I even say on here? I was kicked out of my house over the summer. Everything is good now. I'm in a space of calmness. I'm in a space of tranquility, and I'll get to that later on. But, I got kicked out of my house. I thought there were people in my life that I could trust that in actuality I couldn't trust. Putting out my hand to so many people and not getting anything in return. There was just it was a lot, and I was forced into a situation where I had to thrive within discomfort. I heavily do stress thriving within discomfort because I feel as though it's a skill. But the type of discomfort that I was faced with wasn't the one that I was putting myself through. You know, I wasn't putting myself in discomfort for the sake of my growth. It was simply the universe just throwing Kamehameha after fucking Kamehameha in my face, you know, and it's like I couldn't do anything about it except be in the midst of this chaos. Throughout this year, I met many great people, and Ethan, I know you watch my videos, you know what I'm saying? I love you, my bro. I love you so much. Like, you mean a lot to me, bro. And it's like, speaking of like the people that I met, the people that I've hung around this year, it's like they have been some of my most valuable assets, you know, and I really freaking appreciate all the people who have come into my life. The people that I've hung around this year definitely have showed me that love doesn't only just exist in your family. Love doesn't only exist within relationships. Love doesn't only exist in these, you know, places that society tells us that love exists in. Love is everywhere. Love is anywhere you go to find it. Love is omnipresent. Now, specifically going back to the love that I received, it's like my friends such as Ethan have been some of the greatest assets of this entire year. It's like when I felt like I had nobody, when I felt like I was just at such a low point, it's like there was still love coming my way. There was still people wanting to help me all the time, and I'm so appreciative of that. Now, jumping into, I would say September, and that's so crazy to think about that. It's literally the last few days of December, and I remember all of this shit like it was yesterday. But anyway, time flies. In September, it was around the time where I was scrolling through TikTok one day, and I found this guy. I'm gonna put his socials in the description, but his name is Joseph, and he's a life coach. I booked a free session with him, then I booked 2 more sessions with him, and as I booked more sessions, as I had these hour-long sessions with him, he really put into perspective everything that I needed to know. It's as if this person was like sent into my life divinely when I most needed it, okay? Not only did he show me a lot about myself, he showed me a lot about my relationships, he showed me a lot about my trauma, he showed me a lot about just everything that had been going on in my life up until that point. And I would say it was the last week of September where me and my friend Kenneth, you also watch my videos, if you're watching this, I love you too, bro. I don't know why, but I marked this as a specific time period where things just started to change. I don't know what happened, and it wasn't overnight, but gradually, every single day, my mindset it just changed. Something changed. And it was like, whoa. Like, I started to realize my power. I started to realize who I was. I started to become way more motivated. My mindset, if the summertime was to match the low point, that was the high point of the rest of this year, then that's exactly what it was. From September until now and continuing, my mindset about myself in relation to the world that I create within my vision has greatly shifted for the better. I'm so glad that up until, you know, this point, up until September, I went through everything that I went through, because this is the time where I really started to grow within my own energy. It's as if I was in abundance mode, and not even abundance mode. It was like this newfound abundance that wasn't just a phase. It was like, oh shit, this is my everyday now. I'm waking up happy every single day. It's like I'm ready to go get it every single day. I don't know if y'all remember, but around August time, I took a month-long break from YouTube and things like that, and I came back on my first video. I think it was titled "What Happened to Me" and stuff like that. It's like ever since then, I've just been on a constant streak of wanting to upload videos, wanting to inspire, wanting to motivate, wanting to help others, just having so many opportunities come my way. You know, I manifested a MacBook, I got my car, which don't have right now, but I'm in the midst of getting another car. Have so many great experiences with my family. School comes with its ups and downsides, but has served as a point of healing for me. I started reading books. I'm getting into music production now. I've started cutting hair this year. I've started creating more TikTok videos. My business and even just making jewelry and things like that has definitely continued as well. And it's just there's been so many points of opportunity for me. And look, that's not to say that I haven't been sad. All I'm saying is that my awareness and how I view myself in relation to the world that I create within my experience has definitely changed and just shifted for the better. That's not to say that I don't feel sad. That's not to say that I don't miss this person's presence. That's not to say that, I don't wish that I could go back to certain time periods in my life and things like that. But when you look at things from a lens of happiness and you allow yourself to experience everything that is going on to you, then you're golden. You're Gucci. Your heart is made of gold. And trust me, in the midst of these last few months, it has been hard. There have been times where I felt like I wanted to give up, of course, but those small times are completely outnumbered and outweighed in comparison to the amount of great times that I've been feeling and that I've been having. And I said all this to ultimately say that in order to grow, you must let go, okay? It's hard. Most times as people, we grip on the hardest, we grip on the most when it's time for us to let go. And although I'm learning it, I haven't fully realized it, okay? What we must understand as people is that the root to all suffering is attachment. And because I built my identity off of the things around me, it is so hard to sometimes let go. And one book that has definitely helped me a lot that I already talked about was The Four Agreements, or another book that I read also by the same author, The Voice of Knowledge. If the world is going to keep spinning, you just got to spin with it. Unfortunately, for many people, our healing gets in the way of our progress. But what we must realize is that our healing and our progress is one and the same. A lot of the time, we allow our healing to come in the midst of and just stop our greatness, but can't do that. The world is not going to wait for you to heal. It's just going to keep on going. And that's not to say don't feel sad, don't feel angry, don't feel jealousy, don't feel envy. I'm not saying don't feel these emotions, but it's time that we clear up the lies surrounding what makes us feel this way. I found myself this year, and even sometimes still feel myself feeling all of these emotions of sadness, anger, grief, grievance, same thing. Just all of these emotions. And it's okay, because I'm a human, and I'm not the only one who's going through this. I know there's someone, at least one person watching this video, who's also experiencing or has experienced all of these same feelings. Overall, I would say that 2022, like I said in the beginning, has proven to be one of my favorite years, one of my hardest years, one of my saddest years, but one of my best years, and one that I will always remember very fondly. For me, 2023 is going to be one of my biggest years, and I don't know why specifically, but I just feel it. I know it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the universe or God is going to bring to my plate this time around. I don't know. But to me, it doesn't matter, because manifestation is being detached from the outcome and letting go of this narrative of what you believe is going to happen in your mind. In actuality, I don't know what's next. In actuality, I don't know if I'm ever going to speak to the people that I want to speak to. In actuality, I don't know what I'm doing. But being detached and working within your faith is knowing that there is nothing to worry about. I'm super grateful. In 2023, it's going to be a good one. 2023 is not only going to be a big year for me, but it's also going to be a big year for many people. Even the numerology of 2023 is 7, okay? 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7. 2023 is going to be a very big and impactful year for many people. Some people are going to find their true spirituality. People are going to find their love. People are going to find their goals. People are going to find whatever it is, okay? Even the number 7 is representative of divinity, is representative of kingdomship or queendomship. Okay, so many people are going to start to evolve into their own power within this next year. And the question is it going to happen? It's just realizing that it's already happening and that you just got to be ready, whether you know it or not. And whether you think you're ready or whether you think you're not ready, you're ready. It's that time. But with that being said, I love myself through you. I really, really, really appreciate 2022. I appreciate all the people who have come into my life. I appreciate all the people who have exited my life. I appreciate all the people. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everything, all of the experiences, all the memories. And this is not a year that is not going to be forgotten, okay? This year is simply just going to be the continuation of last year, and 2023 is simply going to be the continuation of this time period. I don't go by years, but essentially 2022 is over. But with that being said, I love myself through you. We're going to rock out. Have a beautiful, bliss, productive, and successful day, year, whatever the case may be. 2023, we up. We up, baby. Let's go. With that being said, peace.